Dean's on.
Hi, Dane.
Hi, guys, hear me okay?
1 second, let's check this. You try talking again.
Can you hear us, Dean?
I can.
Oh, excellent.
We hear you.
We hear you
We
too.
don't see you, but we hear you.
Yeah, I can't find a button that turns my camera on.
Ah. Is it the one right on part of the, we're on Zoom, right? Yeah, we're on
Mhm.
Zoom.
Yeah, we're on Zoom. I
Might not
only-
be this one.
Yeah, I only see the ability to adjust audio settings, not video.
Yeah, it appears that in the webinar, it's not an option.
Okay. All right, well, you can see us, I assume, can you?
I can.
Okay. We know what you look like, so. I don't think somebody impersonating you.
No, I can ID the voice too. Yeah.
It's not like
That
people are
thing.
screaming to come in and find out what we're talking
We'll
about.
put them on the energy committee. That's it.
All right, 5 o'clock, introduce the members of the public. We have none. Correct? Correct. Nothing, nobody else on.
Nope.
On there. So, I don't know if you have them at your, at your hand there, Dean, or if you've looked at them, but the, minutes that, Mike presented from the last one, I had gone over them, look fine to me. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, since I was unable to make that meeting, I didn't have any comments to offer.
So you shouldn't review them anyway. Okay. So. I move that we accept the minutes as presented.
Oh, are we a committee now? Did we
No,
get our?
No,
reduced-
not
oh,
yet,
oh,
not
oh.
yet. They're not going anywhere, they don't have to go anywhere. But we- We'll at least say that we have them, we like them.
Yeah.
And Mike does a great job on these minutes.
Thank you.
We used to wrestle with these in years gone by, didn't we, Amanda?
Mhm.
But, okay, Amanda, do you have any update for us?
Yeah, so 2 updates. One, the senior center still isn't live yet. They began some of the underground work and didn't get the proper sign-offs from the building department, so they had to redo some work. And I haven't heard back. I reached
That's
out
for
to,
rooftop solar?
yeah, I reached back out to Maria just to get an update. I haven't heard anything since then. And then the other update is that we interviewed today for the part-time energy manager, which seems promising.
Good candidate.
So, yeah, so we'll see how that rolls out. As part, Liz Argo sat on that interview committee today, and her and Bob were also there, and then Nate Wetton, who's our senior project manager, and who the position will be reporting to. So we interviewed her, and both Liz and Bob, expressed, the path moving forward, and hopefully the part-time will eventually turn into something full-time if other grants are seeked out. Got a little bit more information, and Bob's gonna send a copy over of the contract that it's a part-time position for 19 hours, up to 19 hours a week. $45 an hour for 3 years. And it's an initiative that is funded by the NEED program in Eversource. in National Grid.
100% funded by them?
Yeah, so there's certain initiatives, which he'll provide me a copy of that. But I think will help with, being able to, really understand all the different buildings and the
You
needs.
said this position is going to report to the senior program, is that you?
Nate works in my group, yeah. So Nate reports to me, and that position will report to me.
Okay.
One of your subordinates.
Uh-huh. Okay. Dean, were you gonna go try to look to see the EV charging thing over there at the senior center? Had you
Not
mentioned
yet,
that?
no, I didn't plan
Yeah.
to, but I certainly have enough time to when I'm over there.
Do you know the status? Does it get used?
I don't have, usage data on
But it's been there a couple of years,
it.
right?
Mhm.
And it
Maybe.
has been used. It's usable, right?
Yeah, it is usable, yes.
No
I don't-
charge, at no charge.
I'm not aware.
I know it
of that
was
part.
no charge. I don't know if anybody figured out how to start charging or decided it should be charging
Mhm.
money as
Yeah.
opposed to.
I know that others had mentioned that it has to be available for a certain duration before that part component could be added to it.
Oh,
I don't know about the senior center, but
Hmm.
we did a procurement for the three of them through Eversource, and it was the senior center, the DPW, and Bayberry Golf Course. And I know for the DPW that the residents use it off hours, but because we don't have anything in our fleet yet that would require it.
Hmm.
And I know the ones here at Town Hall, those are older, are used by town vehicles.
There's some out here in the parking lot.
Mhm.
If they're free to use.
Yeah, I believe so.
You
Yeah.
probably expecting that it'd be mostly town people use.
Yeah, they're all level twos.
Okay.
Now,
Seeing you-
just a quick question on that. When you say free to use, is that for anybody that drives up and plugs in, or are they free to particular segments of folks?
I believe they're free to use. They're on town property, and you can hook up to them. They are level two, so they're slower charging. They're not fast charging. So you'd have to be there for a long duration.
It's probably not well advertised, but
Right.
I think the town would prefer that residents not drive up and use them, but it's always been my impression that they could if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So if you got an electric vehicle, Dean, there you go. So, Mike, you might just take a note that, see if you can find out about that EV station over at the senior center the next time you're over there for your energy committee stuff.
Okay,
All right. Next item was the comments submitted on the draft 2025 plan, Yarmouth Local Comprehensive Plan, which I sent off to everybody, the comments that I had put together on it. Did you see that, Dean?
I did. I believe I sent a
You sent-
reply back to you by email.
Yeah, that you said you didn't have anything to add or change or some, same thing with
Good,
Mike,
yeah.
so you guys had no problems with
Right.
what I said there. I kind of heard over the weekend at a neighborhood outing in my housing development where I live, from a fellow who was on the planning committee, and I think he just resigned. But when I asked him if, what he knew about the local comprehensive plan, and he seemed to know that I had sent in these comments and sort of thought that it was way too much for them to comprehend and understand and try to respond to. So, I don't see how you can put together a plan without knowing how you're gonna measure the progress on the plan and actually establish, in my terms, goals, and their terms, objectives for where they're gonna be every year. So that the select board could be tasked on those goals and objectives every year as they're asked. And I think actually the town administrator, can correct me if I'm wrong, Amanda, but I think the town administrator is responsible for progress on those goals and objectives, and if he's up for a salary increase, it's gonna be kind of dependent on how well those goals and objectives have been satisfied. And if you don't put any any meat on the goals and objectives, you can just say, go forth and do good things, then, everybody says, okay, we did everything we're supposed to, and that's it, so.
Did you hear back from Kathy on it?
I got an email back.
No.
Let me see. It's good. I should have probably printed that out. She has sent us. They're supposed to have be looking at all these things and presenting it to the board, like November 12th or something like that, I think. Maybe there's a town meetings set up in November, right? Next town meeting, so it could be, that's when they're gonna be doing that. Just gonna try to find,
November 17th is the special town meeting.
when is it?
November 17th.
17th. Okay, this is what Kathy responded to my comment. She said, thank you for reviewing the draft LCB and providing comments. I will relay to the planning board for their consideration. Even if performance standards are not included in the LCP, the hiring of a municipal energy manager will offer the opportunity to track, measuring, and report on the progress of energy saving measures in Yarmouth. Is that the person you were just interviewing, the municipal energy manager? I don't know, anyway. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. I think, I know, Mike, you and Dean certainly come out of the energy community and engineers. Do you think I'm off base by asking for this kind of stuff?
No.
No. Dean, do you?
No, you can't evaluate what you can't measure.
They
That's
call
right.
them SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, what was it?
Yeah.
Reasonable or something? Time-based?
Yeah, oh, that's what I have from last time, the smart
okay.
stuff, right?
All right.
Yeah, but the other consideration too is that the goal, just because a goal is measurable doesn't mean it's appropriate either. The example that would come to my mind, and you talked about this a bit there, Mike, is let's say you have an objective with a solarizing program. The objective is the dollars that it saves the town. That's measurable and I'd say appropriate. If your objective is to cover X% of municipal owned rooftops and panels, might be objectionable, but what's the point? So I think you've done it right by focusing more on whatever programs get promoted, that they're measured in terms of what they save the town.
I know, back in the working world, when I was there, we always used to say, tell me how I'll be measured and I'll tell you how I'll perform, right? Okay, so that's Dean, Mike, you did ask a question about, I think it had to do with the heat pumps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it was a reflection of your own point from the meeting,
Yeah.
which was, they put in, heat pumps in the goal, I think it was. But, you wanted to broaden it so that geothermal would, excuse me, it said geothermal and you wanted to broaden
The air source as well,
to allow any kind of.
which I think I included in this diagram, right?
Mhm.
I replied back to you, right, on that? I think,
I
where,
think so. I think you acknowledged it.
yeah, you look on that diagram and you see action 4,
Mhm.
and you trace that down below the line there.
Yep,
Where I'd say, kind of a rewrite of
yeah,
the action. It says, including solar, wind, geothermal, and air source heat pumps,
right.
so. Whether they'll ever get down to that level of detail.
Well, my guess is those mini splits are probably a lot, I know they're less capital and probably
Oh,
a
for
lot
sure.
less expensive, they're probably more cost effective than geothermal, right?
Yeah.
All that piping. usually-
I have-
Water,
I've installed 5 of those.
okay,
Because I didn't do them all at once. Had I been doing them all at once, maybe I would have been worthwhile to even look at geothermal, but I didn't even look at geothermal.
yeah,
I would think, geothermal should be pretty good around here. It should be pretty easy to get down deep enough so you can start exchanging the energy.
just there's a lot to it, right? A lot of piping.
Yeah,
And then you're gonna be pumping a fluid around.
yeah,
And so there's energy there, so there's losses. As, I mean, I don't know the efficiency numbers of both systems, but
Yeah.
it seems to me it's that the mini splits are being chosen all over the place and
sure. I mean, people
they're
want,
probably economical.
they buy ones or twos of them from
Mhm.
bedrooms or something like
Right.
that, so. Okay. All right, I had also next at 5:35, the status of the requested change to the Energy Committee membership. Again, I sent everybody out a copy of what I had sent to the select board.
Hmm,
Dean, did you see that as well?
I did.
Okay. One of the things I did was I went on the website, see, okay, how many different committees we've got here, and I'm not saying what's on the website is up to date, because I know other things, when I look at the energy side of it, it's not up to date, but anyway, I think there were 20 of them in there, and a couple of them had their membership structure read 5 to 7.
hmm,
So it's not like we're asking for something nobody's ever done before.
hmm.
And if we put 5 to 7, I know Joyce, for one, has been, kind of questioning whether I wanted to go in and just ask for 5, because some people would say we're trying to restrict the size and all this and everything. Not so, but if we kept the 7 as the upper limit and just reduce it to 5, so we could operate
Mhm.
Officially with the 3 of us, which would give us a quorum. When we're all here, we would never have a quorum if any one of us isn't here. So you can get a quorum with 2 here and 1 on Zoom, I
Mhm.
assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, and then I just stopped in to see, what's the admin's name, not Mary, but the one that,
Pam?
Pam? Was that Pam Barnes?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Because what I did, when I sent that, you get an automatic reply back saying, please send in your name, address, phone number, email. I ignored it for a few days, that, it's coming from the Energy Committee, you know all that information, why do I have to do it? You can just see who it's from. So anyway, we didn't hear anything, so I sent them my official information over together with the original email, so that they have that, and then talking to Pam, that will go to they provide that to each individual board member, and then they have to act on it, deliberate it. Bring it up, though, I didn't realize this at a public session during one of their actual town meetings. So I don't know when we'll get on the agenda. They have to put it on the agenda. When we see it on the agenda, I'll certainly be there if I'm in town.
But
If I'm not.
the ball is rolling. That's great.
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the meantime, the pressure's off of us. We're not officially deliberating and nor do we have to officially. The only thing official that they want are minutes. Even though the minutes from years past are certainly not up to date, I can tell you that, but we will, once we get officiated, we will make sure that we submit our
Mhm.
notes appropriately, and Mike's doing such a great job of that, that won't be a problem.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. So, next thing, I thought, Mike, could you tell us?
Oh, sure,
If you
yeah.
go to the
I
senior
did.
center this.
Yeah,
month,
this was my second time. And I
did you
had,
double your outfit?
pretty much, yeah, I had a passerby
You did?
stop in, talk about his billing plans and the pros and cons, and
Oh, good.
he's unhappy with how Eversource updates at the end of a year. He expects like a true up payment, and
Yeah,
instead they do that and then change the monthly amount. But at the end of the conversation, he didn't want any changes or anything. He seemed to understand it all without me. It was just a discussion.
Yeah.
One thing I did this time, and I'll do more of going into the next one, I got on the town Facebook page and mentioned it.
oh,
And I got 2 likes, which made me hopeful I might actually see somebody. A couple people purposely. This guy, he wasn't planning to stop by. He just happened to be in the building. And so we'll see. Apparently there's 3 Facebook. I mean, I think you turned me on to this as a possibility. And I need to be allowed in to the other 2, but I'll look to promote it more.
And then the senior center does like a newsletter.
They
too.
do, and
Okay.
I've talked to Gretchen, and we missed the last opportunity, so this
Okay.
one, and this meeting and the previous one were not in the newsletter, but she assured me that it would be in the next one
Yeah,
for
that's
the
good.
next 2 months, and we'll see, so we're trying to get a little more marketing out there. But it's there, and they're certainly good to me, you know, office, it all, you've seen it, it's all
Yeah.
functional.
yeah. Amanda, would you know, I mean, does Mike have to get permission to put something like that on Facebook?
They're like on our, not the groups that he's posting,
Mm.
like if you want something on like the town website, like town Facebook, there's a form to fill out. So we could do that too.
Or you put it on, not the town's Facebook page?
Right,
Right.
yeah, I put it on, I don't know, it's like Frenzy Armor or some such, like I say, there's a few of them. And one of them, I think I needed to name a pond. You know, kind of prove you're from Yarmouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, but those are good ones, cause it gets a lot
Yeah.
of, interaction.
people probably,
Yeah.
probably more people, residents.
Well, I
looking at those.
got 2 likes, I was pleased with that, you
Yeah.
know, and.
Yeah.
So we'll see, we'll keep it up and,
Okay,
yeah,
good. Okay, the,
Mike, just a
Yeah.
question on your experience with those at the senior center, because I was in the back of my mind thinking about the different billing scenarios that people might have that they would ask about. You know, one being just the regular residential rate. I don't recall whether or not Eversource has a separate heating rate. But I imagine some seniors are also possibly on an assistance program. Not sure what those bills look like. But I was just sort of envisioning the situations that people would come in and ask about, just to kind of figure whether we have all those bases covered.
yeah, I did some research, Dean, in preparation for these meetings. And I've got websites, and I call them up when I'm at the senior center. So that if someone were to drop in and ask about heating assistance, I would know what to do. And
Gotcha.
and also, most of the rates are retail rates. So it's what are the retail options? So I've got a page for those. You know, per Constellation, I think sells power as an aggregator. So there's several out there. but I do feel prepared. I'm not as prepared, Dean, if they ask me about National Grid gas rates, but we'll see. If they do, I'll field it as it comes, and if need be, I'll get back to people.
Well, that's why I just figured I'd throw that comment out. Just I was thinking out loud because if speaking for myself, one of the things I'm wrestling with is I'm still relatively new to the net metering game with
Mhm.
The solar panels on my roof. Just well, being fully function. They've been on my roof for a year, but being fully function is more like just a couple of months.
Mhm.
And you may have some seniors that get talked into putting panels up there and then wonder what their bill is telling them. And I know, speaking for myself, I haven't quite figured out, net metering is a little bit of a misnomer. Not so much it's net for energy, but net for dollars. Because I noticed that the rate at which you sell back energy does differ from the rate at which you buy it. And it has to do, I think, with various add-on charges that you don't get to charge if you're selling, but you get to pay when you're buying.
Okay, sure.
And I haven't found a combination of those charges. Like there's a cents per kilowatt hour for if you're on the minus side and you're paying, but that rate is numerically different than if you're selling. It's lower if you're selling, and so some of these recovery charges you don't get to just charge. You only get to pay. So I was thinking about reaching out to Eversource myself to see if they can explain that more fully, so that if I were sitting on the hot seat, I could explain it to somebody else.
Okay, yeah, and if you're looking for a place to be on a Wednesday, the fourth Wednesday of the month, at 1 p.m., stop by, we'll look at it together.
Well, I figured I threw that out there. That was a bit of self-education I was needing to do for myself, just to satisfy my curiosity. I'm not in a position where I'm feeling like I'm complaining, but certainly I look at the bill and it's a mystery that I can't make the numbers work out just perfectly. So I figured I'd offer that if you haven't already gone through those preparations yourself, whatever I learn, I'd be happy to share.
Well, I'd love it, Dean. Yeah, if you would, that'd be great. Thank you.
Would it be possible to ask the two of you guys to put together a little PowerPoint presentation that, you could show at one of these meetings right here, one of our meetings,
You want a
These are things-
PowerPoint about the bill?
about the bill? And I guess I would say, option one, option two. Option one is, just, somebody that, has got electric heaters or something, baseboard electric heat. And then option two might be somebody that's got, solar panels and the net metering and how that fits into it, like Dean was just saying. Because, I get all wrapped up in my underwear trying to understand those things too.
So there's
Um,
another vested interest.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so.
Yeah, that's
those,
not a bad suggestion. And it would be easy enough. I mean, between all of us, we should be able to find enough different types of bills to use. And obviously you would want to scratch out, the names of the identifying information on the bills, but then just the figures, become a source of circles and arrows on a PowerPoint. That I think might be useful.
Well, then Dean, would you mind taking a picture of your bill, email it to me, and I will PowerPoint it and take out the relevant information that's specific to you and use it?
Yeah, certainly will. To my billing history, I can send you one where
Okay.
I was net consuming for the billing cycle, and another one where I'm net generating.
Well, that would be great.
cycle.
Yeah, that'd give examples, and I can use the Eversource website and probably figure out what's going on. But,
Yeah, and then you could see live what I was talking about, where you look and you say, hey, how come these rates are actually different?
Well, oh, it makes perfect sense to me. It's, my guess is that, you don't get to charge the delivery, the part that has to do with, the delivery system.
Yeah, and
Right.
it may
You're,
be,
you're a generator in effect, right? And what they do is they bill you for their generator or whatever generator you chose, retail, plus, the delivery system, plus the taxes that the states don't let you show.
well, that, I think I think it
Assay.
has more to do with, if you look at your bill as a net consumer, I think we're up to almost 6 different energy saving costs. So you as the consumer, if you look, I think there's almost a half a dozen different named conservation and energy saving and things that you pay for.
Yeah,
And
probably segregate
and
the mass.
those don't work in reverse.
Right, you're not collecting for mass save, and so you don't get to bill for it.
Yeah, but like I said, I can't find the combination of those things that makes the rate when I'm generating
Your
work out numerically. And of course,
Just
that
for the
bugs me
record,
as an
that's
engineer. My
Massachusetts.
calculator wants agreement down to that last decimal place.
Just thinking downstream. This could perhaps be something where we might want to consider having a presentation over at the senior center for everybody,
Well,
residents, to
I
understand their
like the
bills.
idea of the PowerPoint, Mike, because I think it's portable, right? It would go in other presentations and consistent with our goals, I've started the dialogue around see if there's a willing teacher to partner with
We'll get it next.
and
That's in the
deliver
next agenda.
education, right? So the vehicle for delivering the education, this would be part of it.
Yeah,
And
okay.
when I have it, if you don't mind, I'll send it to you, Amanda, so it could be shared and,
Before we drop that, Dean, as Mike has been looking at the electricity side, as we start getting more into the heating climate around here, October, November, December, might you consider doing something similar from the National Grid's point of view, how they charge everything? And before you drop that, I did want to mention to Mike, make sure you can break it into the distribution side and the
of course,
generation
yes.
side, so
Yeah.
people know that we're adding the two together. So usually somebody will tell them, well, how much does it cost? And they'll say something like 16 cents a kilowatt hour. Well, that doesn't count the distribution, which doubles it almost,
Yeah,
right?
and well, transmission is disaggregated as
whatever.
well. Yeah, so there's each level of delivery has a charge, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if so, for instance, Dean, if you were gonna be around town sometime when Mike's manning the table over there at the senior center, if you could just sit there in case somebody walks in and has a question or two about their National Grid bills. Might that be something you could do?
I'm not savvy with gas, the gas system. I'm an electrical guy, and they are completely separate
Oh,
subsystems.
I get going on PowerPoints and things.
okay.
Actually, the gas bills are easier.
Yeah.
There's fewer disaggregated.
They don't try to
items.
hide as much stuff as the electric.
The states direct the companies on what to put on the bill and how to put it.
Yeah.
So it's not, when you say they, it's probably not the they you have in mind.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not sure that there's a lot of variety between what would show up on a National Grid bill versus another utilities bill.
No, by states, they're all far more similar than different.
Yeah, and the other thing I've noticed, and I haven't been able to figure it out for myself, when you want to go into the competitive supplier market for electricity, that is it's so easy that it's surprising to me that it's only a small segment of the customer base that actually does avail themselves of that. And I've actually found myself, and sometimes in employee meetings, bringing that up. That we, electric utilities are usually left holding the bag for complaints. For both sides of that equation, for the delivery side of the equation, as well as the commodity cost side of the equation, when the commodity cost doesn't belong to Eversource. If you don't choose a supplier, they choose one for you. If you're on the Cape, a lot of times, because of their heavy marketing, people who do choose end up with the Cape Light Compact because they're the most heavily marketed, on the Cape. Myself, I've been with Constellation for a number of years, and I would generally pick like a fixed 3-year contract. They stopped offering that. Now the term is shorter, so that you could buy at a fixed price. And I can remember there was a period of time where I was happy in my 3-year contract because my commodity cost was about half of the going rate. And I'm sure that Constellation was anxious to see that contract expire. So there are real savings to the customer for that. Now, you can choose a competitive supplier on the gas side, and I've done some reading on this, and I've yet to figure out how you do it and how you benefit from it. So in that respect, that portion of the gas business seems a lot more complicated than the gas side.
Yeah. And Amanda, I did stop by Cape Light Compact and pick up their materials,
Mhm.
so I have a copy. Thanks for the idea.
Okay. All right, the next item on the agenda is this recruitment of possible UI high school liaison. So,
So you provided me, thank you, Mike, you provided me with a couple of leads, and I reached out to the first of them, but misspelled their first name, which started right off with an insult.
yeah,
And I responded to that with an apology and looking to,
did I give you the wrong
No.
spelling on it?
no,
Oh,
you
no.
gave me the right
You
spelling.
could blame it on Microsoft Word or something.
I
Correct.
could, but it would be incorrect, yeah. Her name's Sylvie, and I converted it to Sylvia all by myself. Operator error, not Microsoft,
Okay.
not you. And so anyway, and then when she wrote back to me, it was Mrs. Therian, so I thought, oh, I guess I'm being too familiar too. So we'll see if that pans out. So far, she was very quick to reply when I misspelled the name, but then the apology was immediate, and I haven't heard yet. So we'll see if I hear yet, but my guess is, I asked her if who would be a good person to work with. And if she's gonna work on it at all, my guess is she would
Yeah.
ask whoever it is before she gives me somebody else's name. So it didn't surprise me that I haven't heard back yet.
I'm
I
trying to
call this
find,
just in
I'm
progress.
trying to find the email that I got. It was Sandra Cashin that actually provided that name to me. She used to be on the Energy Committee. And she was basically, what was her position? She kind of watched over all of the energy stuff for the school department.
Yeah, she's very involved in it.
So she
She's a
knew her way
facilities
around the
manager.
school department.
Yeah.
And as I recall, she said, this Sylvie
Mm.
was, she's a department head. She's a department, you wouldn't know. I think she
think-
might be the department head or something.
But I think in her response, the way I read it anyway, is it sounds like she teaches biology, so I'm looking for more of a physics teacher, really, yeah.
Well, Sandra gave me her name,
Yeah.
thinking that maybe she might be able to point us to. a
Which is
person.
what I asked for, yeah, so we'll see, it's in progress, and
All
then,
right.
I'll give that a week anyway, and if it doesn't pan out, then I'll reach out to Sandra, I think it is, you gave me the other name too, but I just
Yeah.
started with one.
Okay, did I give you Sandra? Did I forward Sandra's email to?
I have two from you, I've forgotten who the second one was, but I
Oh, no, well, Sandra was, she's out of the picture now.
Oh,
She was
okay.
on the committee and she She resigned. She retired from the school department and then she retired.
Okay,
She goes snowmobiling in the winter up in New Hampshire and
All
I
right.
think she goes surfing down in Florida during the summer. So,
so we'll see.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, so in progress. So I was happy to have the names. Thank you.
Yeah.
And up we go.
okay. That covers all of the agenda items, unless somebody now has any suggestions for future.
Well, I've got the PowerPoint that you
Yeah.
requested, so that sort of fits
Yeah,
into that.
not that it needs to be done by the next meeting, but I think it would be something for us to have in our
Well, it'll
back
probably
pocket.
evolve.
A good thing, yeah,
Should be able to get
keep
it. wrapped,
working
yeah.
progress. And if you know, put it up as a draft in here and we
Yeah.
can critique it and see where we need to beef it up or whatnot. I would hope that by the next meeting that we will have heard back from the board. And they will have changed our membership structure to 5 to 7.
Mhm.
I don't think that's asking too much of them to do that.
No, I thought your basis was so clear. I gotta believe it'll get approved.
Although, you know, in talking to Joyce about it, there are members on the select board that aren't too favorable towards energy and stuff, so. Couple of them, I think, so.
Hmm.
So are you gonna wait to hear about, because you got 2 dates on this agenda for the
Got what?
future meeting?
Yeah, okay, I was putting that down too, because I want to double check my. Mike and Dean, is Monday still the best day for you guys? Mondays,
I no longer have a Tuesday conflict. I used to, but
Okay.
that class is done, that course is done, so I
Okay.
don't have to worry about that.
Dean, what's your potential conflicts?
Monday is generally the better day for me.
Uh,
Tuesdays are pretty much my go-to evening for help sessions when I'm teaching a course. So if I were to, we were to move this to Tuesdays, I would be in and out of conflicts.
okay, so we'll stick with Monday. And then, I think, let's keep Monday, October 6th. We'll scratch October 7th because, and Monday, October 13th is Columbus Day. That's a day off for you, Amanda? I think?
Yeah. Mhm.
Or is it?
It is, yeah, I wouldn't. Town hall will be closed.
Yeah,
Or is
I
it-
imagine that we would, choose either a week following, I don't see that we would want to meet on holidays.
No, right, we won't meet on holidays. Okay, so,
Especially if you're soliciting, citizen participations, public member, folks attending the meetings, because I'm sure that there's folks that get annoyed if when the town has meetings late in the day on holidays, things like that, even though this committee doesn't get involved in things that are controversial for the most part. I think it's a good practice to stay away from things like that.
and we will. I don't know this, well, we've never had to my knowledge, never had a meeting on a holiday. I don't know. Well, we'll be able to get in here, would you, on a holiday?
Nope.
So, okay, so until Monday, October 6th, I guess that's it. We have a motion to adjourn the meeting at 5:44.
So move.
So moved, okay.
Do
Meeting
you need a
adjourned.
second?
Yeah, second it, Dean.
It's kind of funny when.
I second it.
Hey,
Okay.
Mike and Dean.